Hi, this is Claus Lyng from Odeon. In this video I will show you how to make use of the source receiver script files, which allows you to type source and receiver positions into a text file and import it into Odeon. It also allows exporting the data for editing. So let's go into Odeon and see how this source receiver script is used. So I'm now inside Odeon. And down here you'll see that we have this save icon, which allows us to export source and receiver data. And I've defined a service source, a line source, a point source, and a receiver, which I'll now export. Exporting it is actually the easy way to see how to make use of this format, because then you get an example of how such a file looks. So here we have the export of our sources. You can see that we have a short description of what can be inside this format, how it's defined in terms of, for example, point source. It needs the description XYZ, azimuth, elevation, rotation, a file name, description name, and delay and gain, and so forth. We have multi-point source here, so here it begins. This was a comment that ended by a bracket. And then we have multi-surface source, its definition, the surfaces that are included in this source, point source definition, which was just exported, a line source, and a receiver, which is the most simple one. Here we have the description of it, and then the X, Y, and Z coordinate of that receiver. So this is essentially the format you have. So we could just make a small change here, for example, saying that we want this receiver to be at 5 meters instead of X being 1.6 meters. Then it's 5.6 meters now, and we save the file. And here we have the save icon, and then we go into Odeon and we can then load our edited file, which will still have the same name in this case because we just saved it with a small change. So we can just open it, and it will ask, do you want to append it, or do you want to delete whatever was defined here before, which you should consider carefully if you have created a lot of results. So I choose in this case to delete my imports, and here we have it. You can see now the sources are not active anymore because there's no defined jobs. It deletes that, it has to. And here we have the point and the surface source, and you can see that before we had the point source over here, and now it's changed to over here. This is an easy way if you need to, typically where you use it, define a lot of point sources, a lot of point source position repeatedly. It might be easier to do that in a text format. It could also be that you have it defined by some script in another software that can generate such an output for you. So it can be quite useful. I hope you found it useful. So thank you for taking your time to have a look at this short video.